What- What's up, guys? It's Mariah, and thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I have another very special guest. This is a very multi talented artist, Cail Hampton Huggins. What's up, brother?
What's up? How you doing?
Salute. Good. How are you?
Hell, I'm hanging in there. What's up?
Very. What- What's up, guys? It's Mariah, and thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I have another very special guest. This is a very multi talented artist, Cail Hampton Huggins. What's up, brother?
What's up? How you doing?
Salute. What- What's up, guys? It's Mariah, and thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I have another very special guest. This is a very multi talented. Good. How are you?
Hell, I'm hanging in there.
Right on, man. So we finally got to do this, and I know, yeah. Hold on, let me close that tab.
Right on.
I know I talked to you probably, what was it, a year ago?
Oh yeah, a while
Hold
back.
on.
Wow back.
It wasn't a year ago. I guess maybe 6 months ago, probably.
It
And
was a while back. I ain't really sure, but I know we've spoke before. Yeah.
yeah, and so I found that post the other day and I was like, wow, was that my first week on Instagram? Because I had been meaning to get back to you and finally, here we are. So I found out about you basically whenever I joined Instagram
Right.
and I was going through all my artists and music and everything, and you popped up in my feed.
Oh wow. Cool.
So, yeah, so you were figured in there somewhere. And then I was checking out your music, and I had been meaning to get back to you, and I apologize it took so long.
Man, don't even worry about it. It's cool, man. Organic is the way to be. Organic is the way to be for sure. So however you get
Absolutely.
to me, you get to me. I ain't gonna hate on you.
Right. And who knows? We might end up making it a thing and doing it again next month. You just never
No.
know.
Exactly.
Right? So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Well, I'm Cail Hampton. I'm from Macon, Georgia. I do every friggin' thing. I don't even know what to say to you. I make beats. I mix, master everything myself. I make artwork. Uh,
You
edit
make artwork
videos.
too?
Yeah,
Oh,
I do everything.
that's right. Okay, I got excited. I'm gonna interrupt you because I got excited about that because this is really cool. You made like the coolest reel in like 3 minutes, and anyway, we need to get together about that. But yes, so you make beats, you do artwork,
That's right.
your music. How would you classify it?
Well, I do a lot of different stuff because as an artist, I do a lot of country rap, but I haven't always been a just strictly country rap artist. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, I guess what I can say is like growing up, I was into country music when I was a kid, and then that transitioned more into rock and roll as I hit like a teenager. And
Yeah.
then I discovered, like rap through going to a yard sale when I was like a preteen, but I really
Really?
wasn't into it until I hit like 19, 20.
Hmm.
So like Buster Rhymes was like my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
He was in a
Yeah.
group called Violator or something like that,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
found the
That's
freaking
yeah.
CD at a yard sale, and like I liked it because it had a big V on the front of it. And I was
There
like,
you
man, this
go.
shit looks cool, like V for Vendetta type shit. But like I ended up, I ended up getting that CD, and it was badass. It was Busta Rhymes, so
Yeah.
ended up falling in love with rap. But at that time, I was more into rock and roll, so I kept it
Right.
more rock and roll growing up. I had a couple bands. I sang in one, played guitar in some, played drums in others, bass in some. So I
Okay.
played a lot of instruments and stuff. And that transformed into me playing like in a group, like a rap group, and then
Okay.
went from that to getting signed in Atlanta, doing straight up gangster type rap. But see,
Yeah.
I'm a broke ass white boy, so I knew
Right.
like trying to do gangster rap wasn't my lane. So
Right. Right.
I just rapped about where I came from. You know, I was calling myself the Dirt
Yeah.
Road King back then. You know, and
Right.
stuff like that. So
Like organically, like you said, you're a broke ass white boy. You know, it's hard to break that mentality and get yourself out there. But if it comes naturally, writing about
yeah,
your life, then it makes
exactly.
it easier, it seems. I mean, right there, you've already dropped a bomb on like all the stuff you've done, and that leads me to like want to know. Okay, so you were in a band.
Oh yeah.
How long ago was that? Like whenever you were
Like
playing an instrument in a band?
let's say 2013ish. You know, all the
Okay,
way up until like 2016, almost
okay.
somewhere around in there. So like
Do you still talk to him?
I talked to some of them, yeah, a couple other guys. My cousin, it was his band. He has a death metal band called Sever, and
Okay.
he's the front man and the guitar player. And I played drums for a while. And my buddy Clayton
Cool.
D4, he just shot a video for JJ Hughes, by the way.
Hell
So
yeah, man.
shout
Shout
out
out JJ.
JJ
JJ's
Hughes
dope.
and
Yeah.
shout out my boy Clay D4. You the man, bro.
And Clay D Ford. Like D Ford, like Jelly Roll's last name?
It's sort of like D4 drywall.
Right on, man. That's
Yeah, so
dope.
yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, I know JJ. Yeah.
yeah. So D4 is cool as shit. Clay D4 shot his video for him, and he was the bass player in the band at the time. My cousin was the lead singer, guitar player. I was the drummer, and anyhow, I ended up quitting that band because I had a rap group at the same time called High Class and Homeless, and that was
Nice.
based on being the broke ass white boy, you know.
Right,
And,
right, right.
and I dressed up like I was a homeless guy, you know,
Yeah.
and my buddy dressed up like wearing a white blazer coat and like some nice like wingtip shoes.
Fancy. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and we would go to like these predominantly black clubs, like Club Status in downtown Macon, or we would go to the Connect Lounge in Atlanta, or you know
How
places
are
like
you
that.
perceived? How are you perceived?
Well, it was really funny because they didn't know how to fucking take us because I'd sit out
Yeah,
front literally collecting change.
right.
I
Playing
would
the
sit,
part. Yeah.
yeah, I would literally sit out front with a cup, and people would think I was homeless. They'd walk up and like give me some change or something, and I'd be like, yeah, 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 you know, and then like they'd call our names to go on stage, and I walk up on stage, and everybody in the crowd's like, it's fucking crickets.
Ain't that the
They're like,
guy? Yeah, wasn't that the guy in the street?
and then I'd jump up on the stage, you don't know about me, you know, and they'd be like, oh
Hell
shit.
yeah.
You know, I
Yes.
had like a 3 foot tall mohawk back then, and I kept it underneath a sock hat. Like right now, I got some pretty long, crazy hair,
Nice, nice. Yeah.
but back then, I had like the 3 foot tall mohawk, had it dyed every color under the sun before that shit was cool. Like,
Right before the shit was cool.
yeah, I had it spray
Well,
painted,
coming from
you know,
definitely.
fall.
Yeah. No, that sounds cool. Like sounds like a good time, honestly.
It was
And
fun.
I know a lot of artists from Georgia. Well, I know quite a few from Georgia, but man, that's crazy. So, um, I've never been to Macon, Georgia, but I know like Demon Jones is from Georgia.
Yeah, he's from
There's
Jones
a
County.
lot of
That's like
great
30
artists.
minutes away.
Yes, so that's pretty cool. So the club that you played in there, like with live shows,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that? Like, do you really dig the live shows?
Well, it's a lot of fun. It depends on where you're at though, because like me personally, I like to put on like a big show. Like I like it to be a big deal, you know.
Yeah,
So I like to have like a live drummer, you know, live guitar player. You know, we don't need all the other stuff, you know, when we're doing like the rap stuff. You know, we don't need the full
right.
band. We have backing tracks and stuff being played for most of the music.
Yeah,
You got the drummer and the
yeah.
guitar player. Nah, yeah. But then
Right.
as far as like the actual show goes of things, I'm more of a showman. I like to, you know, give out free
Interact.
shirts and
Yes.
get people that's in the crowd involved, get them on the stage and make it a party
Yeah.
environment, hang out with people, drink with them, love on them, fucking throw them free shit,
Yep.
you know?
Yep. And I can tell you from and I hate using the word fan, but from like a supporter's perspective, that shit means the world to us. Like,
Oh yeah.
that's why we want to go to live shows. We don't want to be ignored. We live for getting those pictures and getting the
Right.
interaction with the artists,
Well,
and
that's
it
what it's
makes
all
you more
about.
memorable. Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yes.
It's an experience,
In the
right?
last couple of years, like,
Right.
through the whole COVID bullshit and stuff, there weren't concerts really. Some groups and stuff were still able to do concerts, but it was so like,
Yeah, like
and
here,
people came back like dying for it.
yeah, a lot of the venues got shut down around here, you know, and they
Yeah.
really kind of put a lid on who can play and stuff like that. Like now, you see a lot of acoustic venues. Like there'll be
Yep.
like a lot of people where you can go play acoustic, but they don't want any like rap music or they don't want anything
Right.
like that
It
locally.
changed
So
things.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
it
it's hard to
changed. It
find
really
that.
did.
Yep.
What about like outdoor venues?
We have those,
I
but
mean,
they're they're kind of hard to book. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
you gotta have more than just a concert nowadays. You know, like
you
it's
have to
got
have
to
a
be like
bunch of events
yeah,
and
like
vendors, and
car show, bike show.
right.
It's got to be a
They gotta have the
festival almost.
motocross, and
Yeah,
yeah, there's gotta be several festivals. Yes, those
yeah.
are the
It's got to
things
be a
like
whole ass
tailgates and
weekend.
right, right. You better bring a tent and your truck and a side by side and yeah, those kind of things. But that can get so expensive.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm glad though. There's a platform, you know, in country rap music that they've opened up to where you can go to the mud bogs and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah,
because there's so many venues that are considered outdoor venues that are still like hard to get into, but you got some good old boys that'll throw some shit together and put you on the back of a damn trailer and be like, yo, let's do it. And you know,
Right.
it's whatever.
Yeah, no, that's kind of, the way that I feel about it. And I think that, the ones that stayed performing, if they could book an outdoor venue, and run the shit through all that, those are the ones that stayed steady over the last couple of years. But I know people in general are excited about getting back to live shows and everything. So you're in Georgia. Did you grow up in Georgia or?
Yes, ma'am. I sure did.
Born and raised. Born and
Right here.
raised. Okay.
Right here. And what's funny is, man, growing up in Georgia, you don't really you get to see every kind of aspect of things. Like you get to see the countryside of our city and like the ghetto side of our city because they're so close together. Like I grew
Yeah.
up on 95 acres of land. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. Nice.
But
Yeah.
I'm like 5 minutes from downtown.
I understand that actually. Yeah. We've
And
got
then,
land and we're 10 minutes from town. So yes.
and my brother-in-law is from New York, so
Oh.
he's from straight up Harlem. You know, it's like,
Right.
So my brother-in-law comes down here and he's like, me and him standing on the front porch, fucking out there smoking one night. And he's like, bro,
So peaceful to him.
he's like, this is the only place in the whole entire world where I've ever been and heard gunshots followed up by horses.
Right.
And I was like,
But it's probably true.
yeah, I was like, yeah. And he was like, this shit's wild, bro.
Yeah, because you'll hear the gunshots in Harlem, but you won't see
Yeah.
the horses. You won't
Yeah.
get peace and quiet.
Like we got some really cool
different
Mexican
cultural.
fellas that like to ride their horses down our street, and
Yeah.
they'll be drunk as hell, like hanging out in the cul-de-sac, just riding their horses.
Right, because they can't get pulled over. Well, I don't think you can get pulled over riding a horse, but
Well, I ain't gonna
these days,
call the law on them
cops
anyway.
be
So
tripping. Right, hell no, man. You don't call the law. If anything,
if
go
the
over and
law
hang out
pulled
with
up,
them.
if the law pulled up, I'd be like, hey, yo, they was just in our yard. The horses got out. They're
Yeah.
bringing them back. They're bringing them back.
Yep. Just going to get those horses and bring them back. That's right. Damn straight. It's always good to have people looking out for you. And that's the beauty of the country and the industry. I think, a lot of the artists, that I interview are like independent country rappers. So
Yeah.
they are generally, what I found is they're very caring and they're very down to earth, very just, and I don't know if it's because I relate to them, but
Yeah.
just all around just really good people. So
Well, I found that you kind of have to be in this business and in life, really, if you want to grow and you want to make good connections and you want to do anything in business whatsoever. If you're not cooler than the water in a swimming pool, hella nice to people and
Yeah.
just yourself,
you're
like
gonna get
I think it's shunned very
nowhere.
because
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
people ain't stupid.
No.
You know,
And there with the technology these days, there's so much more information available to us.
that's right.
I always say, like, in a way, we're starving for knowledge, but we're overwhelmed with information, but starving for knowledge. We have all these resources and tools, platforms and everything, but yet there's still these stupid ass people out there. You know what I mean? It's like we have all the conveniences, but with those come the downfalls of the bullying and the negativity crap.
Yeah.
But we don't do that. So, but I mean, that's what I love about the country and talking to independent country rap artists and stuff is that they all share that same like country vibe and the same interests as me, same hobbies, and the music is always an added bonus in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's really crazy because I don't know. You was talking just a minute ago about like basically during COVID and stuff and the music, people not being able to get out and do shows and stuff. And I kind of found like an alternative to that because I'm into pro wrestling, like hella hardcore. You know what I'm saying?
really,
Like, oh yeah, I used to be a pro wrestler.
hell yeah,
so-
man.
Like I started making theme music for a bunch of the pro wrestlers that I know, and like that
alright.
ended up blossoming out to making a lot of music for people I don't know. So like my homegirl Shalance Royale, or
Love it, beautiful.
or Big Andy Toner. I ended up making some theme music for Shalance. She appeared on AEW Dark, and she
Alright.
was actually on their first pay-per-view that they did. But she was in the
And you did
casino
her
battle.
theme song.
Yeah, I've done her theme music, and so they're on like I think AEW is on like TNT or TBS now on TV.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
if she ever makes it onto the main show, I'll have my music on the main show. So
There you go.
Yeah.
That's an opportunity, and kudos to you for seizing that opportunity. At the time, maybe you're just thinking, oh, "Sure, I'll do it for you. You're my homegirl. You're my friend.
That's right.
We're cool. I'll do it for you. I enjoy making music. Making the beats, whatever." And then she goes on to kick ass and kill it. Then you're already locked in with that network.
and see what's
Smart.
really cool though. What's really cool though is I'm not shitting on her either though, because
Right.
yeah, I made her beat or whatever for her, but I also got it where on the back end she can make royalties off of it because I make
you go.
royalties off of my music through the distribution that I use. So I put
Yeah.
them through the same distribution that I use, and then add them to the team, so to speak, and then they end
Yeah.
up getting a kickback off of their music anytime somebody plays it on Spotify or whatever.
Yeah.
So I end up bringing them
Crazy.
into the music side of things, kind of. Yeah. So
That's very, very smart though, and it's smart and it's also generous because you were thinking of her getting her share in it, and I know the industry can be brutal in terms of like people being selfish, and it just kind of it makes it hard. That's probably what most artists tell me they struggle with the most is like putting the music out there and all
Yeah.
the details and royalties and all the licensing and all that. So
I always
I mean,
tell
speak
people.
about your troubles.
Yeah, I always tell people when you start making music, you're gonna find out very quick that whenever you say I, what you really mean is we. You need a team behind you at all times, because I know
Makes it
as an
hard, doesn't it?
artist, yeah, because as an artist, you have to put yourself out there. Like
You do. You have to. You can't just sit back and.
that's right. You cannot just sit back and rest on your laurels or whatever. You have to
Right.
get out there and you have to say, hey, look at me. But at the same time, everybody around you has to know that you're part of the team as well. You're not just out here looking at you. So
right. It's cool to be a loner, but not when you need that backing and that extra momentum.
Yeah. So that's why the pro wrestling side of things helps, because when music slowed down, and I mean it slowed down hard with COVID. I hit like a really hard time, as far as getting music out and stuff like that. So I was like,
even with all the platforms and digital stuff, it was still like nobody was going to work. So the people running that stuff, doing the paperwork and the logistics and all that, the people weren't going to the office, so to speak. So it slowed everything down.
That's right, man. And like any managers or anybody out there to tell you, like, it was hard to get people on the phone that would take you serious, or it was hard to get any businesses to do business.
Right. Yeah, so, that makes sense though. Yeah.
So I figured, all right, these independent contractors, they're pro wrestlers. They're independent contractors is what they really are for these companies. So I was like, I'm going to help out my friends, because I didn't have nobody to help me out in that industry, and now here I am. I can make music for them and stuff, so I'm going to help them out. Well, I found a lot of them was having hardships because they don't have the proper, they don't have the music that's exclusive for them and stuff like that, so they was having like a lot of hardships in that area, and I was having hardships with my music, and I was like, fuck it, man, I'm helping them,
Yeah, team up. There's strength in numbers, and network your net worth. I mean, for real. And that's only smart because we love music, right? But there has to be business involved.
That's
got to get, independent artists. If they're not going to go mainstream, they're not going to be played on the radio, then they're going to need a backing. They're going to need, resources coming from somewhere. So getting paid to do what you love, kind of thing. Sounds like you've been around long enough to get that grasp.
Well, I've been around a little bit. I was signed back in 2013ish when I had that rap group, High Class and Homeless. I was signed. I left my death metal band as the drummer with my cousin to pursue the High Class and Homeless gig, because I'm pretty sure you've heard of Slip and Slide Records.
Yes.
All right. Well, the co-founder of Slip and Slide Records, Wildman Teddy T, and Coast to Coast Mixtapes, Manny Mad Dog Ramirez, they ended up signing me to a little deal, and like a developmental kind of deal with there's like a sister company called TMG to the Slip and Slide stuff. And anyways, I was in the High Class and Homeless group, and we were getting shelved. Like I knew we were going to get shelved just because it's like this small little branch, and we're a couple nobodies, from Macon, Georgia, whatever.
It's hard to, and when you're in that position,
But I've done shows with like YMTMB, and I've done shows with 3-6 Mafia, and I've done shows with D4L, and just a lot of people like that, and
you've done features with a lot of people too. I was listening to some stuff before we got on here, and you've done a lot of features with people and stuff. And I noticed, like, as far as YouTube, it's not like the best to stream your music. So for the people that watch this, I would recommend going to like Spotify or Apple, because you included, like, you're on every freaking streaming platform. I think more than any other artist I've ever seen. You're on every platform, like down to Napster. Like, that's old school shit.
Yeah, that's
but there's still people that use Napster.
I don't know if they do, but damn it, I'm out there on it.
There are, because and this is crazy because you live in Macon, Georgia,
right?
And Big Vic XL with Riding Dirty Radio. I talked to him, and I'm usually streaming music with him, and I drop the links and stuff for him. But anyway, he lives in that area, near Atlanta. Works for the radio. Yes, and man, he will tell you that that what you're saying is straight up just the way that it is. But it's crazy that you're from right around there too. I'm gonna have to tell him that and see if
man, we're pretty old school around here. Like I believe in still passing out flyers type shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Organic growth. Like a lot of people jump my shit. Like I've had John Connor jump my shit before, man, and like me and him fucking argue.
John Connor's dope.
Yeah, but me and him, we'll be butting heads on shit because he's like, bro, you pissing me off, man. I'm so disappointed in you because you'll be sitting here talking about, man, I didn't put no money into my promotion. And it's like, well, motherfucker, I'm broke, so I'm out here just tagging motherfuckers.
Right, but he'll get on you for that. Yeah, he might not be as outgoing as you are.
Yeah, he's like, you can't do that shit, bro. It's 2021 or 2022, 2023.
Yes, you can, but it just takes some balls. But for people that don't know, John Connor, and correct me if I'm wrong, John Connor is the one that has the music video with Colt Ford and Scram, Riverbank. That's one of them.
Yeah, John Connor's a dope ass artist.
Yeah, he's worked with Colt Ford, Bubba Sparks. Yes.
He's a good dude, man.
That's crazy.
We just don't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, man. But he's a really cool dude, though, man. As far as a dude and an artist, top-notch guy.
You don't have to agree on everything. He might not like the way that you promote your music or your ambition or whatever.
That's opinions, man. Whatever.
It takes all kinds.
I guarantee you, if I see him, I'd slap him a 5 and give him a hug and be like, "What up, cuz?"
Exactly. Yeah, it's all good at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. People get lost in the Facebook bullshit,
Oh, I know, it's horrible, like, that's what I mean, like, the tools that we have is the internet, right? It's so
That's right.
convenient to put your music out there, but then at the end of the day, it's such a draining, like, task.
Yeah, people don't get it, man. Like just because I'm on here, like me and Yard Call, I don't know if you know him. He's a buddy of mine.
Yeah,
He put out an
a
album.
little bit, but
Yeah, he put out an album, and I made a lot of the beats with him on there, and I made a
oh,
lot.
okay.
I wrote some lyrics on there. I did a lot of verses on his album, stuff
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
man.
And me and him had fallen out, but then one day he just shows up at my house out of the blue, just pulls up, and I'm like, "Oh
Yep,
shit, what's about to happen? Let's go then." And I walk out on the porch,
right.
all mean mugged up, like ready to go, and he's like, "Bro,
He's cool.
calm the fuck down. I just wanted to come tell you it's all love. I love you, man.
There you
Let's
go.
talk. Let's be buddies." I'm like, "All right, cool."
That that's definitely a good thing. I mean, that's the country way. I think it's
Yeah,
just forgiveness and acceptance and just a
sure.
general getting along. I mean, you guys are going to get along because of music. If you can't get along about nothing else, you can get
That's
along
right.
because of music.
That's right,
And
man.
yeah, I mean, yeah, yard call. I've dealt a little bit with yard call, but I don't know enough to really talk. But yeah, that's crazy. So where do you see yourself going next in 2023? I know you've had two
Yeah,
albums come out.
that's right.
Um,
I've been putting out a lot of just singles and stuff like that lately, but
yeah,
I'm thinking about doing a couple, like going back in and remixing some old stuff, maybe compiling some stuff together and just putting out like a little compilation before I work on anything new, because I've been
right,
focused so hardcore on doing this pro wrestling stuff right now. Like
yeah,
I've got a shit ton of people hitting me up asking for some work done, so I've been busting
yeah.
ass trying to get all that done. I got like 3 more to do this week. So
Well, that
like
sounds like the smarter approach, though. Why bring on more that you may not be able to handle when you've got obligations that are smart? I would
yeah.
say the pro wrestling, writing this stuff for that is a very smart business move.
Oh yeah, because I'm
I
having to
would
write
think so.
lyrics. I'm making all the music. I'm having to record it, mix it,
Yeah,
master it, make artwork
yeah.
for it.
You're gonna be
The
busy
whole
for a
time.
bit.
Yeah, I have to put it out through the distribution side of things.
Yeah, you're doing
I,
all the work, man. Yeah.
yeah. So like, I
A
mean,
lot of people have a whole team to do that for them. Like they just get in, spit some stuff, and then leave. And something like 10 other people do all that stuff for them.
yeah. And see, here in Macon, like, there's not a big, like, it's not a real big family around here as far as
Not like
artists and stuff
Atlanta.
like that. No,
Yeah.
not at all. Because it's more like in this area that I live in, I'm pretty much the only person in this genre for the next probably 45
Yeah.
minutes. You could drive in a circle, a
Yep.
45-minute
I
drive.
believe
I'm
that.
the
Yeah.
only guy doing this.
Right. Yep.
So
Isn't that crazy?
yeah, so you got to go like all the
Same
way to
around
like
here though.
yeah, you
Up
got to
towards
drive.
over to Alabama or yeah, up to yeah, you've got to go a little ways to find other people that are doing the same kind of music as you. Here
Yeah,
in Missouri, where I'm at, there's nobody knows what country rap is. I mean, let's just be honest, nobody knows what country rap is where I live, and it's
the
kind of
big
hard
thing.
because
I've been really pushing different people and stuff to try to get syndicated radio station, like
yeah,
a clear channel radio station, going or
wouldn't that be
something.
cool? Hell
Because
yeah,
I mean, country rap's the only genre that doesn't. Like, I want to see
mhm.
Average Joe's make a radio station like that.
Right.
They can
That is
do it.
Colt Ford's industry. Yeah, Colt
They can
Ford's
do it.
label. Oh
But
fuck
we
yeah,
got
man. I
all the
mean,
little local radio stations everywhere.
that's what I was thinking about today. I'm like, man, what kind of radio stations are around here? I want to work for them, but then I'm like, no, I don't because they don't play anything I like.
Exactly. But what if they
It'd be
did?
burning my ears. If they
Yeah,
did, then I'd be the first one in the fucking door.
right.
Like
Yeah.
let me do the, let me run the shit. Yeah,
I'd be like,
but
I do
for
traffic
real,
report. Shit. What's up?
yeah, just check out my YouTube channel. I know some artists that do country rap. Let me play the shit because that's what I really like to do is play
Yeah.
the music, and build the relationships with the artists. And to have a country rap radio station would be, I think, an awesome thing.
Yeah, see,
But
I
it's
even went
just
to
so
Full Sail
hard.
University, and that's where I graduated from. I
Okay,
just got my bachelor's of science from Full Sail University, and I had to do like
nice.
a whole ass assignment based on what I really wanted to do with music and stuff. And I was like, I don't know what I want to do because this was like a year or two ago. But at the time, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. But I ended up doing
Right.
a project report on like somebody like a company like Average Joe's. What if
Yeah.
they started like a radio station, or what if I don't know, Redneck Nation. Like, what if they had enough
Yes.
to go and start one or something like that? You never know. But
Yes.
if they had the ability, it would really boost the genre.
And to see the details and what that would take is very intriguing to me and
Yeah,
might be a good research project. This is the time that I wish that I was still in school and hadn't already graduated because I would pick that and do all that research, get down deep into like what that would actually take. Because
right.
you're right, Average Joe's, I mean, they've got so many big artists like what Bubba
Yeah.
Sparks, Colt
If
Ford,
they had
you know.
enough capital to start
Yeah.
something like that, that's exactly what we would need in this genre.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So
if you think of the other goats out there like Adam Calhoun, Broadnax, Demon Jones, Ryan Upchurch, all those artists too, there's a whole lot of country rap.
this
And
is
it's
this
kind
is
of
what I
taken
want
over.
people to think about though. Okay, if you look up numbers, people like Upchurch and Adam Calhoun, and then they're making big money. They're doing big
Yeah.
numbers
Yeah.
without national syndication on radio.
Yes.
You put
Yes.
them on the radio, hell.
I think mainstream's going to almost have to recognize independent because they're doing the numbers of mainstream, if not better,
That's
by
right.
and being independent by not selling out or selling their soul or whatever, being on a leash, tied down. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So if they're
This would be the only genre that I feel like would literally not have to sell out. People would buy
yeah,
in. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
I
So
agree. I
like,
agree.
you want to fix
People
the world?
would
It
buy
starts
in.
putting country rap on the fucking radio. I said
There
it
you go.
right here on the uncensored
For
interview.
sure. I'm gonna timestamp that shit. And we'll look back on it one day, in the future and be like, there you go. We said it first, right? You did. I just
And
happened
I'm
to
gonna
be here
tell
for
my
you to
head
say
shit.
it. We really do though, and that's where you need to meet Vic. If you don't know Vic XL from Ryan Dirty Radio, he lives by you. We stream music, and he's got the same like that's what he wants too.
Hell
It's
yeah.
like we all
Well,
kind of
Vic,
want that. People would buy into it. Yeah.
well, Vic, if you're tuning in, you're watching, brother, hit me up. Bye.
Hell yeah, yes, yeah. He usually goes back and watches my because he's so intrigued by all the artists as well. And I mean, just that's what we all kind of want, and it would be amazing to have. And
Oh
like you
yeah.
said, Average Shows is a great example
Oh yeah.
of how there could definitely be a successful independent country rap
Yeah,
station.
and see, like Rehab is based out of Warner Robins, Georgia. Hell, I was born in
Yep,
Warner Robins. Warner Robins is 10 minutes from my house.
yep.
Like I live in Lower Bibb County. The LBC. We right
The
there.
LBC. You kind of remind me of Leroy Biggs a little bit. Do you know who Leroy Biggs is?
Yeah, I've heard of Leroy Biggs. I haven't really
So
met him. I
much
haven't
fun.
really talked to him much. But like when I
Yeah,
went up to go do work with Twang and Round, they
yeah.
was talking about old Leroy. They was wanting me to do some work with him, and they hit him up or whatnot for me, asking if he wanted to get on the track with me or if I could get on the track with him. I hadn't heard
Mhm.
anything back, but
He's cool. He's crazy, but yeah, he's funny. You kind of remind me of him a little bit. You guys would be dope together on a track for real.
man, sounds
Yeah,
like good
that
company to me.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. You guys get along really good. As long as you guys have the same common interest.
Right,
And yeah, you
right.
guys would sound good together. Well, in 2023, you've got all kinds of merchandise that people need to go check out. Your website is very well organized.
Thank you.
You have, like I said, all the streaming platforms. You have your merchandise listed first. You have your albums. I just thought that it was very well put together, and
Thank you.
smart on you to have all your ducks in a row. Because I didn't really get the chance to get to know you or do any kind of research or anything
Right.
beforehand, and I wanted to, but I knew that we'd be all right because you'd been on my mind 6 months ago to get to. And somebody else I talked to had said like they were like, well, this guy, in my opinion, he comes across a little cocky and he's pushing his music on me and want me to do reactions. I don't get that vibe at all. So
Yeah.
you
Well,
never know. I give
the
everybody
way
a chance.
the way it works out a lot is because of the way I have to promote myself, because I don't put a
Yeah.
lot of money behind my promotion because it's just me.
Broke ass white boy. Yeah.
Yeah, broke ass white boy. I'm out here grinding, dude. Like I make money by selling beats to pro wrestlers and
Yeah.
pimping my voice on Spotify and iTunes and shit.
Right.
That's how
Like
I
people
do
used
it.
to burn CDs and sell them out their trunk. You know what I mean? We
That's
can't do
right.
that
That's
these
where
days
I'm at
because
in my
nobody has a
career.
CD player.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I'm
And
at in
that's
my career.
respect.
Yeah, but I've
That's
been at the
respectable.
mountaintop, and I've come to the
Right, you've
bottom.
been signed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm not butthurt by it, like so I'm
No,
out here
you can't be
grinding.
butthurt.
Yeah,
Right. You can't be
so
what good is butthurt?
yeah, for real.
If
Like
you're not gonna get nowhere with
yeah, that
butthurt.
shit ain't gonna help you. You can cry all you want to.
No.
So
Right.
I scratch and I claw, and I
Yeah.
get it out the
It can
fucking
come
mud.
across.
Yeah,
I guess that some people comes across aggressive or cocky or whatever, but I don't care who you are. If you want to succeed in doing music, you're gonna have to believe in yourself first, and you're gonna
that's
have to
right.
sell yourself, not
Well, I
sell
tell
yourself like
everybody
as far as sell out.
I'm a confident person. Like I
That's
understand that
good.
I may come across cocky sometimes, but the only reason why I come across as a cocky son of a bitch is because like I know all my faults, and
Right.
I'm not scared
And
to
you
highlight my
own it.
faults and then use it as a
Yeah.
strength.
Yeah.
So am I a beautiful motherfucker? By no means. Am I the coolest
On the
motherfucker?
inside,
No,
right.
but I'm gonna hold
You
myself
own
like I
it.
am. You know,
Exactly. Conduct yourself and act as though you are the coolest. And that's how you get somewhere in life is to believe in yourself and to sell put yourself out there, invest in yourself. Because, like you said earlier, going back to what you said in the beginning, if you just sit back and don't do anything and don't have that grit and that integrity and that hard work ethic to get out there, you're not going to go anywhere in this industry
like I've tried to
unless
be
you sign to a
I've
label.
had labels try to sign me before and stuff. They really were interested in me, but at the end of the day, I used to go to them all the time and say, "Hey, like I understand that you're a label and you want to sign me or whatnot." I was like, "But at the end of the day, if I can do what you do, then what are you doing?"
Right.
Like
Besides stealing from you, basically.
exactly. I would rather
And put you
I'd
on a
rather
leash.
exactly. Like I'd rather sit here by myself and make music by myself and do
Yeah.
everything by myself and be a broke ass white boy, but love life than sell out.
Exactly.
But if the right
And it,
label ever comes along and
yep.
they
And
and they
I think
you know
more independent artists making labels these days, like Demon Jones has Raw
yeah
Records. A lot of the bigger names are creating their own record
yeah
labels.
like I think he has
Tristan,
long cut
Holler
and stuff
Boys.
like that. Yeah.
Yes, Long Cut. They're
Yeah.
such good guys. They're gonna do an interview one day soon. But yeah, I think Dusty Lee. I don't know if Dusty Lee signed to Raw or not, but he toured with Demon. But
Right.
yeah, so there's Holler Boys, there's Raw Records. They're all kind of catching on, to that whole
Yeah.
same mindset of if we can do mainstream numbers, then
Why can't
that
we
says
do the
something.
same thing? Like yeah.
Exactly.
So
Without
I
being
look at
told you can't do this or you can't do that, because that's when somebody tells me I can't do something. That's the first fucking thing I do.
like that's exactly right. So I'm sorry if
I
that
mean,
makes me a cocky asshole. Whoever's watching this, if you thought I was
same.
cocky,
Yep.
I love you. I never meant to be cocky. I apologize. But motherfucker,
It's the truth.
I gotta do me.
Right, you have to